a person has never been tempted, how can they truly know they possess virtue? In the same way, if one has never doubted, how can they be sure they have faith? The letter of James reminds believers that facing temptation directly builds endurance and strengthens their resolve to overcome it. James also teaches that when people are uncertain about the right path to take, they can turn to God, who will provide the wisdom and guidance they need. Each time the faithful pray the Our Father, they ask God not to lead them into temptation. Yet, when temptation does arise, they are encouraged to seek God's help to withstand it. The gift of wisdom is especially important when one must choose between two goods or two evils. In the case of two good options, wisdom helps discern which choice will bring the greatest benefit. When facing two evils, it helps identify the lesser one. This type of discernment mirrors the process of triage used in emergency services, where first responders must decide which patient to treat first in a crisis. In moral life, however, people cannot rely on medical knowledge, but rather on moral understanding. In the business world, for instance, a leader may have to choose between two equally qualified candidates for a position. Making good decisions, therefore, becomes a skill that must be learned and practiced. Individuals often learn this skill through the consequences of their actions. Children who are overly protected and never allowed to experience failure do not develop good judgment. A child who neglects homework and must stay after school learns the value of responsibility. A child who steals and is made to return the stolen item learns honesty through humility. As people mature, they encounter greater temptations and more complex moral challenges. However, those who have learned that every action carries both positive and negative consequences grow in discernment. They come to understand when to say no and when to say yes, and when uncertainty remains, they can always turn to God for wisdom and direction.